I was laid off the week before Thanksgiving. And instead of letting it define me, I decided to take the opportunity to do something that I've already been doing to make it a full-time thing. Welcome to my full-time content creator era. If you ever wondered how to turn content creation into a full-time job, I got 5 easy things that'll help you get it together that I'm doing right now. So this isn't even some made up stuff. This is some real life actionable items that can help us both. We can do this together. We're doing this together. Life happens. We're doing this together. Okay, so the first week I got laid off. So it was like I needed a second to process it all, right? Like it was like, what just happened? But I also wasn't surprised. So my company was an affirmative action firm. So we were very heavily affected by the executive orders earlier this year. So people got laid off back in February. So I was surprised that I didn't make that cut. You know what I'm saying? So like when I did make the cut, I was kind of like, okay, I started applying to jobs. I started like diving deeper into my content creation because I'm like, okay, I started doing more hair. So me getting laid off, I wasn't like super surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like for me. And then like I've said in maybe other content, like I feel like God was also preparing me all last year for all of the things that were going to occur this year. So again, I didn't feel shocked or like disheveled. And if you see the video of me getting laid off, as you can hear maybe in my tone, I wasn't surprised because I knew it wasn't my performance. I knew it had nothing to do with who I am. It's just the state of the company, the country, money, all of the things. So, I felt very aware that this could possibly happen, and I was being as proactive as I could be. Now, with the market that we're in and being in operations, HR, admin, it's such a competitive field that like applying hasn't been that successful per se. So here we are at the point where it's like, all right, what we gonna do? I claimed it. I took a week to just process it, just kind of chill. Then week 2, which was like the week of Thanksgiving, going like that week is when I was like, oh, okay, I'm a full-time content creator. I announced it. And I think saying things out loud helps. It helps you mentally process it. It helps you like really define like, okay, y'all, we're doing this. And I also think it helps your people show up for you when you like claim it. So week 2, I knew this was my chance. So give yourself time to process what just occurred. And everybody's layoff process may look different. Like I said, mine wasn't based off performance or anything like that. It was just a company decision that had to be made with the workforce. But I definitely took that week or so to process it. And I'm still taking time to process the fact that I'm not rushing to jump into another job, not because I don't want the money or whatever, but I just want to give the content and the fact that I do have a little severance and some savings and credit cards and a multi-generational home. So I just want to use the opportunity if this is something that could really turn into something monetization wise that I could live off. And I also think taking the time to process it could also make you think about like, okay, it sounds good to be a content creator full time, but is that something that I really want to do? I think we hear it and we see all the possibilities, but some people aren't cut out to like put the time in and like carve out admin days and content creation days and things like that. So I think it's time to really like think about like, okay, on top of my emotions and what I felt like going through the layoff, like is content creation really something that I want to do full time? And for me, it was. Okay, tip 2 is like really evaluate your style, your content, what you're thinking about doing, right? What content is already successful? What is already working? Like, let's not recreate the wheel, right? What's already working for you, your niche, your vibe? Like, let's grow off of that. During this transitional time, I think focusing on content that comes natural, that you might not have to like really prep a lot for, you know what I mean? Which would probably be like day in the lives or like trends, like easier things. Just because I think when you're deciding to adjust to becoming full-time, you don't want to feel overwhelmed or stressed. So you might do like things that you already were doing while you're preparing for the bigger content, when you're preparing for what you really want to do. Sometimes it's okay to just do what you've been doing. This is also a good time to take a look at your DMs, what people are commenting, you asking questions, what they might be DMing, what people that you know might be like, Alicia, oh my God, I really like this and that video. Like just taking mental notes, if you can write it down, to just like compile a list of things and needs and wants that you may see that your village or your community may be wanting or asking from you and you don't even realize it. You could have content right there in your comments and you're ignoring it. What? I think right now, for me and any other people that are laid off that may be experiencing what I'm experiencing, I don't want anything to feel stressful right now, right? Like, I enjoy creating content, so I want to continue enjoying it, right? So right now, I'm doing things that are with ease, that come natural, that go with the flow of what I'm doing, like talking about being laid off, my day in the life of being a new full-time content creator, cooking, like just continuing to do things that make sense for me, that are aligned with me, that make me feel good. And so I'm encouraging you, don't try to do too much new stuff or extra stuff at this phase while we're still figuring out that we're newly laid off. Okay, number 3, we got to treat this for real like a job. Like, being a full-time content creator is really a job. Like, this is work. Now, you might not be seeing cha-ching right away, but you have to really align down. So y'all, I'm telling you, the Notion app has really helped me get organized. And so I really think that creating systems, that having a schedule really helps. Using apps like the Notion app, your calendar app, whatever organization apps that you need to use, I think will help you really feel like this is a career, this is a job, and it has potential. And until you really give it the attention that you would give a regular 9 to 5, you're not going to maybe see the results because you're treating it like a leisure thing. So setting a schedule, having batch days, having admin days, having days and time frames during the day that you know you can engage. So like, even though sometimes I'm not going back to engage with like all of my comments and responses that same day, I make a point every other day or so often to like go in, even if it's like 3 days ago, I am like responding to a comment. If I can respond to as many comments as possible, I think it shows genuine engagement. It shows your people that you care. And I like comments. Like, that's one of my favorite parts about content is the comment. In those admin days, those are days that you can start sending out emails to brands. That could be your research day, like researching brands that are aligned with your values, aligned with your content. Admin days are also good for revising or reviewing your analytics. Those are great days to go to each platform and see where you are, not just the following, but like how many women, how many men, what country, like how long are they watching your content, how the percentage of how long they're watching your content. As we know here on YouTube, view hours, watch hours really matter. So knowing those type of details, really the time of day that you're posting, that could matter. You know what I mean? Taking the time for your admin days, your batch days, the days that you film your day in the life, those days matter. If you haven't already, subscribe now as I navigate through this transition, okay? You're going to want to know what's going on. You're going to want to know when we hit it big, right? So go ahead, subscribe now. Monetize. So there's so many opportunities, especially on TikTok, to monetize in small ways. It may be a little bit more work, but there's ways to make $50, $100, $5,000 on TikTok. I think sometimes we ignore sometimes the opportunities. Now, sometimes the songs don't go along with you, or whatever the ask is doesn't go along with you, but I say if it's something that's aligned with your content, your values, and who you are, I say give it a try. Okay, also affiliate links. When some of those brands that have TikTok shops reach out to you, if it's aligned with you, if it makes sense, if you don't have to go out of your way, make the video. Why not get if it's possible for you to get the commission, it's a no-brainer, right? I think we all just want to come out the gate and get these big brand deals, but that's unrealistic, right? I think finding small ways to create some consistent revenue coming in is what you want to look for right at the beginning. Because the reality is you don't need thousands of followers to make money on any of these platforms. You don't, okay? You just need the right person to give you the right opportunity, but that also takes effort, y'all. You have to send the emails. You have to reach out. You have to engage. You have to be a part of what is the purpose of social media. Okay? Because you don't need a whole bunch of followers. You just need a strategy and the time to do it. And now that we're laid off, we should have a little bit more time, right? Okay, number 5, and this is my final tip. Growing through community is so much more authentic. It feels good. It's so much more organic. I like this. Some may say slow growth, but I'll take the slow growth like over like a super viral video where I just have a bunch of people that don't really understand and engage with my content. I find it really interesting, people who have a lot of followers but have very low views or very low engagement. To me, that just means you just got a whole bunch of followers probably based off of a viral video. And there's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes people just need to get to the number so they can get to the bag. Right? But I really appreciate the community that I've built and the relationships that I've built with a lot of my brew crew and my community here and on TikTok and on Instagram. Instagram is like old friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, what up, y'all? So a part of growing through your community is collaborating with others. So this is something that I want to work on for 2026 is having some more collabs, not with brands, but with other creators, like filming with other creators, maybe like doing Q&As with other creators, going live with other creators in a way where it's like, we can both bring both of our communities together to build and grow. Another way of building community is being consistent for your community. Of course, if you've built a rapport, your people are going to know if you're having a bad day, if something's wrong, if life is happening. That's, of course, their understanding. But you have to communicate with them. You can't expect people to have brand or community loyalty if you're not showing it to them. So like days where I'm not able to go live or something may have happened and I don't go live, I try to post that or reach out to them or something like that. And then it goes on the other end. Like they'll reach out and be like, listen, did I miss your live? So consistently showing up for your community is important. One of my favorite things is share your journey. That was also how I ended up really going so deep in here on social media this year, is because I was excited to show my journey so other people could be like, not just, oh, I can do it, but also like, oh, it's possible. Like this girl got 2 kids, has a job, like does all the things, and she's still able to do all of this, right? I think sharing your journey is an important part of being a full-time content creator. Showing your growth, like when you hit certain milestones, like I feel like your people are going to want to celebrate with you. So for me, being laid off may have closed one door, but I really believe it opened the whole building, okay? And I'm gonna kick in the door, waving y'all know the lyrics. But if you're in the same season with me, or if you just want to be supportive, stay for a while. Help me with these watch hours, okay? Comment below. And this is just my encouragement. Don't wait till everything is perfect, okay? Because you don't know how powerful you could be for somebody else while you sitting there waiting for everything to be perfectly aligned. Just do it. Just do it. Whatever it is, it don't even have to be content. Start with what you have and you will see it grow because it'll be organic. It'll be natural. People will feel the genuineness. You get what I'm saying? So from me to you, this is your sign. If you're in the same space as me or you just encouraged by this, post the content. Do what you said you was going to do. Go to the gym, whatever it is. Okay, y'all? Follow, subscribe, check us out, do all the things. And thanks for listening to how I got laid off the week before Thanksgiving.
Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Don't play with it.